What's up, you guys? We are back on video. Oh my goodness. If you listen to this on Spotify and Apple Music, you don't know what I'm saying. But if you watch this on YouTube, we're back. And before we get into today's video, just want to give you like a 30-second update. So if you don't know, I moved back to the East Coast and I finally settled in. I got my car shipped here. I got all my equipment finally. And I've been grounded in my environment enough to hop back on camera because if you know, the last few episodes were just audio. And we're back. We're back on video. And you know what else we're back to doing? We're back to uploading official YouTube videos. So, yes, I have this podcast and I also have a YouTube channel. And I just got done recording a YouTube video. It's all about self-care, self-love, feminine energy, confidence, manifestation, self-development, all the things. So, if that also sounds interesting to you, head over to my YouTube channel. It's Jessica Tellian and subscribe. And one last thing before we get into this amazing episode of the 10 things that I am letting go of this summer that you can too, is if you're listening to this on Apple Music or Spotify, I would really, really, really love if you can rate and review my podcast. It helps me so much. It helps the podcast gets pushed out to other women who want to grow and want to heal and want to manifest and want to do all the things. So you're not just helping me, you're helping so many other women in the world by simply just leaving a rate and by leaving a rating and a review. So I took my notes for this because this was a journal prompt that I did. And this is a journal prompt that you can do. So after you listen to this podcast, go ahead and I'm going to leave the journal prompt at the end of the podcast. So first I'm going to share my 10 things that I am letting go of this summer so that you can glow up to become your higher self. First thing that I am letting go of, I am letting go of the feeling of that if I'm not working, I'm not being productive. And so this summer, I am letting go of that feeling of if I'm not working, I'm not being productive. Because that is a lie. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is be productive. And there's times where, that again, like if I'm not working, I get hard on myself and I feel like, oh, I'm not successful. I'm not being this, not being that. And those are limiting beliefs. So I am powerfully choosing to let go of that. And it's summer. If you are on the East Coast, like the tri-state area, you know that the summer is the best weather here. Like you go outside more, you spend more time with your family. And I want to invite you to do that. Like go outside more, go spend time with family and just live your life. And there's this thing that I teach. It's called the wheel of life. And when you are only focused on like career or you're only focused on fun or you're only focused on your spirituality and you're not filling up your other wheelhouses, you are going to crash and your life is not going to be fulfilling because as a human, there's so many pieces to us. Number 2 is the second thing I'm letting go of is trying to put energy into relationships that are not being reciprocated. I am so tired of me consistently reaching out. So let's say the same friend, let's give her a name, Alexandra, right? I am so tired of reaching out to my friend, Alexandra, to try to meet up with her, to invite her to things. And she keeps saying like some type of excuse. It drains my energy by trying to pour into someone else and they are not pouring into me and they are not showing up. They're saying they want to, but they're not. And so I am letting go of that. Plain and simple. And what's really beautiful is when we let go of that energy and that situation, it makes room for others to come through. Like, for example, I went to a concert this week, a Chris Brown concert. Fuck yes. I went to a Chris Brown concert. I had to put that in there. One thing I'm not letting go of is listening to Chris Brown. I love him. And so there was this girl that sat next to us. I went with my little cousin and she went by herself. And it was such a cool mirror because if no one was going to come with me, I was going to go by myself. And that was going to be really fucking scary because I am not a concert person. I've had some things happen in the past at a concert and it like left me a little traumatized. And so I was still going to do it and work through it. And so this girl was a beautiful mirror, and she went and she did it by herself because none of her friends wanted to go with her. And I think there's so much power in doing things alone, number one, and doing things that you want to do when other people say no. And so that opportunity gave her an opportunity to meet new people. And so she literally came in like right before he came on. I was like, "Are you here by yourself?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Fuck yes." She was like, "Oh my gosh, I was hoping I was going to sit next to some cool people." I'm like, "Yeah, girl." I have like the chills. It's crazy because there was 19,000 seats in this concert, and there was just, it was like in the middle of this row, and these tickets were not like cheap. Like you had to invest in these tickets, and she was dope as fuck. She was so cool. And so now we're friends. So yeah, like how awesome is that when you get to just do what feels good for you? Okay. Number 3, next thing I'm letting go of this summer is looking and watching and not interacting with my favorite content creators. And the reason why I say that is because there's so many people on the internet that inspire me, that I, follow, that I support. And sometimes I'm not commenting. Even my friends, like sometimes I'm not freaking commenting on their Instagram, but in my head I am. Sometimes I'm not liking, sometimes I'm not reposting. And I am letting go of that. And I don't know why. Sometimes I just don't do it. But I am letting go of that because I truly and genuinely want to. And I want them to know like this amazingness. I just want to share that with them. And so if that is something that you do, because that was me, I used to be like, I think you could call it like a ghost watcher, or a silent subscriber. No, girl, like cheer your favorite content creator on, cheer your favorite, like coach on, whatever it is, because if they are making an impact on your life, like they deserve to know. They really deserve to know. Okay, next up is I am letting go of spending so much time inside this summer. On the East Coast, this is the best weather. This is the best time to be outside. You can be outside because the sun is out. And spending so much time inside is not good for your body. We are human. And by human nature, we're meant to be outside in nature more. Nature is so healing. And I talk about this all the time. There's all this science behind it. And so if you spend a lot of time inside, I want to invite you to let that shit go and step outside more. Even if you just go for a 10-minute hot girl walk, like go outside more. You will thank me later. Okay. Number 5, the 5th thing I'm letting go of. Oh, by the way, I wanted to also preface this. I got this idea for this episode by this girl that I follow. Her name is Liz Boss, and she posted something about this. I was like, wait, this is such a good journal prompt, and I'm going to do this too. So shout out to you, Liz, for inspiring me to create this podcast episode. Okay. Numero 5. Yeah, I already did number 4. So 5th thing I'm letting go of is dressing in gym clothes all the time. I love gym clothes and I love dressing in them, but all the time I am ready to let go of that. I am letting go of that this summer because I want to dress in normal clothes more. And that is huge when it comes to stepping into your feminine energy more, dressing in her and your higher self more. I'm letting go of that because I be spending way too much time in gym clothes. And sometimes that stops me from like wanting to do other things. Okay, next thing I'm letting go of is doing the same thing and going to the same places. I don't do this often, but sometimes I get in the habit of it. Like if I find, like I'm all for change. I'm like the queen of change. I've moved so many times as you guys have been following me. But sometimes if I find like this one coffee shop that I like, I'll like keep going back. And I don't see that there's anything wrong with it at all. But I'm also reminding myself this summer to like explore the environment, explore the world. Just because you finally found this one coffee shop doesn't mean that there's not 10 more out there that interest you. So I am doing different things, especially when it comes to fitness. I don't do the same thing because if you do the same thing when it comes to fitness, you are going to plateau, right? If you just lift, you're going to hit a plateau. one day. I always have my microphone when I'm recording a podcast. So you can also incorporate things like yoga, swimming, stretching, dancing, running, so many things. Okay, next thing I'm letting go of. Here we go. Number 7. Ooh, I'm going to get vulnerable with y'all. Posting content on the internet just to go viral versus posting content on the internet to go viral and deeply helping people. And so my mission is to help people, right? And if you are tuned into this episode, maybe that is yours too, right? Because what you see in me, you also have in yourself. And I've been going through this thing where I just want to fucking go viral. Like, I mean, I have gone viral multiple times, but I want to go viral in the fact where I get like countless subscribers, countless followers, because I want more people to receive this magic that I am putting out there, receive my services, right? And so that's my reason for wanting to go viral, not to just have a higher number. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the number, but what I do give a fuck about is the number of people I'm impacting. Yes. And some of y'all might think like, oh, you're fucking crazy. You have a lot of followers. You have a lot of subscribers, but my goal is to impact as many people as I can in this world. And social media is a great way to do that. And so I'm letting go of that because at the end of the day, it's an energy that I'm coming from subconsciously, like honestly, without realizing it, like posting just to post to go viral versus posting to post to go viral and giving so much value in the post. So I'm letting go of that. Okay. We have 3 more. Next one. This one makes me laugh. This summer, I am letting go of avoiding eye contact with hot men. Sometimes, because it's not all the time, but sometimes there's certain men that I just avoid eye contact with. And I am in my dating era. I'm in my dating season. Like, I'm open to dating. And ain't no way. Chris Brown, ain't no way I'm gonna go on a date if I don't make eye contact with them. Because then I'm gonna say the same. So I'm letting go of that this summer. It feels so good to be on camera again, guys. Feels so good. But anywho, 2 more things I'm going to share with you that I'm letting go of. We want to keep this podcast under 20 minutes. Is I am letting go of saying no to the things that light my inner child up. Okay. So I got breakfast with a friend, Caitlin. Hey girl, if you're watching this, I got breakfast with a friend named Caitlin, and we were talking about how like we're just saying yes to the things that excite us, period. And so we were talking about like what we should do this summer. Like, let's make plans, right? Like, let's actually make plans, because if you don't make plans, then you're going to stay in that like cycle of, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to take the fucking action, make the plans, babe. So we thought, let's go to a water park. So we made plans to go to a water park, and logically I'm like, oh no, I have to work on my business. I have to do this. I'm like, no, F that, not F that, but like balance, wheel of life. What I bring myself through, what I bring my clients through is fun is so important. It is so important to have fun in life, guys. We're here. We're meant to have fun. So I am letting go of saying no to the things that don't light me up. And I'm bringing in everything that lights me up, and I'm saying yes to it. Last but not least, I am letting go of comparison and comparing myself to people on the internet, comparing myself to other people who are manifesting things faster than I am, because social media, guys, like I'm not perfect. I don't compare myself to people like the way I used to, but there are times where I will. And I am letting go of that because I am in my own lane. I am doing my own fucking thing. If I am not uploading, if I'm not posting, that doesn't mean that I'm lacking. If I'm not out doing this, that doesn't mean I don't have this, because I am done with comparison. Fuck that shit. Excuse my French. But that brings this episode to an end. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And I love you so dearly. And I'll see you guys next Monday on the next episode. Bye. Mwah.